So these are the simplest elements of symmetry for tetragonal system. Total planes are 5 and axes are 5. Center of symmetry is present. The details of the planes of symmetry, that is, out of 5 total planes of symmetry, 3 planes of symmetry are axial in position and 2 are diagonal. We shall see afterwards. Out of 5 axes of symmetry, 3 are at its original position, that is, they are going from center of the face to center of face. They're called 3 axial axes, and 2 are at diagonal positions, that is, they are going from center of edge to center of edge. And these edges are mainly the vertical edges. And center of symmetry is present. You know that all these elements, that is plane, center, planes, axis, and center, so all these elements of symmetry, planes, axis, and center, are imaginary. So all crystal present in the nature which shows these elements of symmetry, where planes of symmetry should be 5 and axis of symmetry should be 5, are grouped under tetragonal system. You have seen in cubic system, so all 3 axes are equal in length and they are perpendicular to each other. In our next crystal system, this is cubic system model. In next crystal system, the length of this vertical axis increases. This more than length of A1 and A2. The length of A1 and A2 remains same in next crystal system. Only length of vertical axis changes, that is, it increases. So in that case, as this element of symmetry of vertical axis, that is, its length increases, the crystals will be of different shape, different size than this what you are seeing on the screen, that is cubic system crystal, that is cube. Because vertical axis length changes. So instead of this square shaped face, as axis length changes, this same square shaped face becomes elongated, vertically elongated. So it becomes a rectangle. You will be seeing in the next crystal. Center of this front face to back face here. This is A1 axis, front going front to back. A2 axis, right to left. And A3 axis is vertical. You can see it's going from center of top face to center of bottom face. This is the change. As length of this axis, vertical red axis, has changed, it has increased. So instead of square shaped face, which was there in cube, this face becomes elongated and it forms a rectangle. As length of A1 axis, that is front to back, and length of A2 axis, that is right to left, has not changed. Top face remains as it is, square shaped face. Can you see? This is length of A1 axis. From this to this, A1 axis. This is A2 axis, from this to this. This length is same. It has not changed. Therefore, top surface remains square shaped face. As length of vertical axis changes, length of front face also and back face also changes. Side face also changes. And it becomes rectangular in shape. So you should understand that any change in the axis characteristics modifies its appearance, outward appearance. So this model appears different from the cube, isn't it? It is not cube. Cube is having 6 faces form with all faces square shaped. Is having only 2 faces, that is top face and bottom face, square shaped. and rest of the vertical faces are rectangular. Okay, so this is what change in the appearance. We call it as form. The form of the crystal changes. That means you can take it in reverse way. If any crystal shows such form, if any crystal in the nature shows such form where vertical faces are rectangular and top face and bottom face are showing square shaped outline, that can be grouped into tetragonal system. Understand? So based on the forms of the crystals and the elements of symmetry it shows, we can group all crystals of such shape and showing particular elements of symmetry can be grouped into tetragonal system. Now let's repeat the axis. Front to back is A1 axis, right to left is A2 axis, top to bottom is A3 axis. These two axes are different. They are shown for the understanding of axis elements of symmetry. First we understood which are the original axes present in the crystal. Front to back is A1 axis, top to right to left is A2 axis, and name of this axis will change now because its length is different than A1 and A2. A1 and A2 are equal in length, so their name starts with AA, A1, A2. But length of this vertical axis has changed now. So we will name it as C axis. So A1, A2 and C axis. Now how I describe the axis? There are total 3 axes. Plural of axis is axes, A-X-E-S. There are total 3 axes. One is going from front to back, passing from center of the front face to center of back face. Second axis is going from right to left, passing from center of right hand side face to center of left hand side face. Their length is equal. They are perpendicular to each other. Front to back and right to left axes are perpendicular to each other. And their name is A1 and A2 respectively, where A1 runs from front to back, A2 runs from right to left. Front end of A1 axis is positive, back end of A1 axis is negative. A1 front end is positive, back end is negative. Right hand side end of A2 axis is positive, left hand side end is negative. This vertical C axis, top end of vertical axis is positive, bottom end of vertical axis is negative. Its length is longest as compared to length of A1 and A2. It should be either longest or shortest. In this model we have shown longest length compared to A1 and A2. If it is shortest, it should be shorter than A1 and A2. It will be only small, this much. Instead of from this to this long length, it will be from this point to this point. Shorter than A1 and A2. Either way it is possible. It should be either shortest than A1 and A2 or longest than A1 and A2. This is the condition to classify all crystals into tetragonal crystal system based on the basis of characters of axis. So A1 front to back, A2 right to left, front end positive, right end positive, C vertical, top to bottom, top end positive, bottom end negative. If I have to find some common relation of all three axes. There is only one property, that all three axes are perpendicular to each other. Front to back is perpendicular to right to left, and they are perpendicular to vertical axis. The vertical axis is perpendicular to A1. Let's see. Vertical axis is perpendicular to A1. Same vertical axis is perpendicular to A2. And A1 and A2 are perpendicular to each other. A1, sorry. A1 and A2 are perpendicular to each other. So what is the common relation between A1, A2 and A3? They are perpendicular to each other. Only this is the common characteristics, right? Now we'll find the axis of symmetry. What do we do for the axis of symmetry? Okay, these are the axes of the crystal system, A1, A2 and vertical C. And axis of symmetry are, for finding out the axis of symmetry, whether they are symmetry axis or not, what do? We rotate the crystal. For example, this is vertical C axis. Along this vertical C axis, clockwise or anti-clockwise, we rotate the crystal like this, clockwise. How much do we rotate? We rotate one complete rotation, 360 degree. And what do? We check how many times similar face, that is rectangular face, can you see here, front face, appears at the same place here, front place, when we rotate the crystal model in 360 degree rotation angle. Okay, you rotate either clockwise or anti-clockwise, doesn't matter. We'll rotate clockwise and then count the number of faces, how many times similar rectangular face appears in one complete rotation at front face, at front position. Now front position, I can see this one face. Can you see here? This face. Now rotate. The second face. Similar like first face. This third face. Similar like first face. This fourth face. And completed rotation. This we have already counted. So there are 4 faces which repeatedly appears here at front position when you rotate the crystal along vertical axis. So in other words, this axis is called as four-fold symmetry. Fold means repetition. Repeatedly 4 times similar face appears at front position, that is rectangular face. That's why this axis becomes axis of four-fold symmetry. This is element of symmetry of axis for vertical axis, A3 axis. We have this A1 axis and A2 axis, which are same in length and angular relation, that is perpendicular to each other. Let's take this axis, which is going from right to left. You have to rotate along this axis, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. So this is the axis. So a model will rotate like this. Means like this. Means like this. You can count this also as 1 because you're rotating model along this axis like this. Count this as 1. Start counting square shaped face. Is this square shaped face? No. So you cannot count. This is rectangular face. Can you count this? Yes, you can count. This is square shaped face. 2. If you rotate it further, rectangular face, which is at the back side, will come. Okay, this is how it is two-fold symmetry. So I shall show it for this axis also. So we have seen it for front to back axis. We'll see it for right to left axis, whether it is same or not. So let's start counting from bottom face. This is 1. This is A2 axis. Can you see? This is A2 axis. Count this as 1. Rotate it. It is not square shaped face. They cannot count. Further rotate. This is 2. And you can see square shaped face appeared. This 2. And further, if you rotate it down, rectangular face will come. You can count. Further rotate it down, this position, original position will come. This is 1. You can count this. It is rectangular. This is 2. And if you further rotate, same rectangular face will come. If you further rotate, this bottom face will come. So only 2 times along this axis of rotation, this square shaped face appears. 1 and 2. Half rotation completed. If you further rotate, same repetition of face will be there. That is, again rectangular face will come. And further, if you rotate, square shaped face will come. Original position. So this is 1 and 2. Only 2 times same face appears along this axis rotation, that is A2 axis rotation. So this A2 becomes two-fold symmetry. So we have A1 and A2, 2 axes which are showing two-fold symmetry. So these are the axes of symmetry. Now there are 2 additional axes. You can see going from left hand side edge, center of edge to right hand side edge to edge. Why they have become axis of symmetry? You can see that it is passing through the diagonal. If you imagine this as a square, and this is a diagonal of the square, this axis which is at right hand side and left hand side, this is left hand side axis going from edge to edge diagonal, right hand side axis edge to edge diagonal axis. They are two diagonal axes, 1 and 2. So how many times of fold symmetry they are showing? So let's see along this direction and rotate it clockwise or anti-clockwise. This is what we see. We hold it in the front side. How many faces are we seeing? We are seeing only 2 faces at the front side, 1 and 2. If you rotate the axis like this, repeatedly, this face and this face is going to appear in front of observer. If you rotate it clockwise or anti-clockwise, you will be seeing only these 2 faces. So if you count this as 1, rotate the model, the left hand side face will come at this position. Then you count 2. So this axis becomes axis of two-fold symmetry, which is going from right to left diagonally, passing from center of edge to opposite edge center, diagonally opposite edge center. So this is diagonal axis. Second diagonal axis is passing from left hand side edge center to back side edge. Okay. So if you hold it like this in front of you, again you are going to see 2 faces in front of the observer. front side you can see only two faces, one face and two faces. So if you rotate the crystal along this axis, you will be seeing two faces repeatedly. Count this as one, rotate it, this face will come here. Two. Where this face will go? This face will go here. That is already counted. So if you keep on rotating, only two times same face will appear. Again, this axis becomes axis of two-fold symmetry. So diagonal axes which are placed at right hand side and left hand side of A1 axis is A1 front to back. These axes which are diagonal are axis of two-fold symmetry. However, vertical axis is axis of four-fold symmetry. So can you see here? Front to back, right to left. These are two axes called A1 and A2, and then two diagonal axes. These all are two-fold symmetry, and vertical axis is axis of four-fold symmetry. Okay, front to back is two-fold symmetry. If you rotate it like this, observe model from side, rotate it along this axis, you're going to see this face and this face two times, or rotate the model along A1 axis, you're going to see top face rotated like this. Observe from this side. You're going to see top face and bottom face. Either you have to count this face, rectangular face, or you have to count square shaped face. It will be only two times. Rule is what? Same face should appear. So in that sense, if you rotate it along this axis like this face and backside face will appear. So this becomes two-fold symmetry. Similarly, right to left axis also shows this front face and back face similar, or top face and bottom face similar. So this axis becomes A1 and A2 becomes axis of two-fold symmetry. Similarly, we have seen just now, diagonal axis also becomes axis of two-fold symmetry. That is, if you hold it like this, along this right hand side diagonal axis, you can see only two faces, or hold it along left hand side diagonal axis, you can see only two faces. So these are the four axes going front to back, right to left, and two diagonally. Four axes which are of two-fold symmetry. Out of four two-fold symmetry axes, front to back and right to left are original axes called A1 and A2, and there are two diagonal axes. What is common between all these axes? They are horizontal. All axes which are blue colored are horizontal. Can you see? They are placed in horizontal plane. And one is vertical. So what we have seen up till now, tetragonal system shows three axis characteristics, where front to back is A1 axis, right to left is A2 axis, top to bottom is C axis. A1 and A2 named as AA because they are having same length. Vertical axis is named as C because of its either longest length or shortest length. Crystals will be having vertical length either longest than A1 A2 or shortest than A1 A2. Front end is positive, right end is positive, and top end is positive. The respective opposite ends are negative. If you go to the symmetry characteristics, front to back and right to left axis are axis of two-fold symmetry. Another two axes are there which are running diagonal. They are also two-fold symmetry. And there is one vertical axis which is axis of four-fold symmetry. Now we'll go to the planes of symmetry. You can see first, understand which are the axes. This front to back axis, this right to left axis, this vertical axis. And these two are diagonal axes. Okay. So observe is here, front to back, right to left, top to bottom, and these two are diagonal axes. If you can see, this is front to back vertical plane of symmetry. This is right to left vertical plane of symmetry. And there is one horizontal green colored plane of symmetry. You see? Horizontal green colored plane of symmetry. These are three axial planes of symmetry. Vertical one, front to back, perpendicular to that, vertical two, which is going from right to left, and horizontal green colored. These are three axial planes of symmetry. And there are two another planes of symmetry which are diagonal or diagonally placed. As you can see here, they are diagonal. Yellow colored. Going from right hand side diagonally and left hand side diagonally. These two diagonal. You see here, these front to back, right to left, perpendicular to each other. These two are diagonal, going right to diagonally back side, left to diagonally back side. Axial vertical, front to back, axial vertical, right to left, and two diagonal. So these are two vertical axial perpendicular to each other. Where is third axial? Third axial is horizontal here. So these are how many planes of symmetry? Three axial, front going, right to left going, horizontal, three axial, and two diagonal, yellow color. So how many total are there? Three axial, 1, 2, 3, three axial, and two diagonal, 1, 2, total 5. 3 plus 2, 5. This is center of symmetry. Third element of symmetry. Center of symmetry is present. From this imaginary center of top face and center of bottom face are at equal distances. From this imaginary center of right hand side face, that is this, the center of left hand side face is at equal distances. From this to this and this to this, they are at equal distances. From the same center, opposite edges are at equal distances. That is, this is one edge, opposite edge is this edge. They are oppositely placed to each other, this and this. So if you take center of this edge, that is here, and center of this edge, that is here, these centers are placed at equal distances from center, this and this. Okay. This edge and this edge, they are placed at equal distances. Diagonally opposite solid angles, like this. एक solid angle है. Diagonally opposite solid angle to this is this. Back side down, front side top. These are diagonally opposite solid angles. Distances of diagonally opposite solid angles from imaginary center is same. From this to this, distance is equal to from this to this. Or from this to this solid angle, this distance is equal to this to this is equal to this to this. Okay. This is imaginary center of symmetry. What does this model show? Can you see? It is showing diagonal axis. So center of this face is here. This is A1 axis position. Center of this face, that is this A2 axis position. But this is diagonal axis going from center of this left edge to backside edge. What is this model showing? Vertical axis, which is going from top face center to bottom face center. What is it? What this model is showing? Top to bottom is C axis, front to back is A1 axis, right to left is A2 axis. These are two diagonal axes. What this model is showing? It is showing vertical plane of symmetry. This is A3 axis. This is one axial plane of symmetry. What this model is showing? A diagonal plane of symmetry going right to left. Second diagonal plane of symmetry will be like this. First diagonal like this. I can call this as first, no problem. Left hand side as first diagonal, right hand side diagonal is second diagonal plane. So this is also vertical. Can you see? Same vertical like this blue plane, axial plane of symmetry. This is vertical, but this is axial. This is diagonal, but vertical. Like this. Can you see B? This is vertical, this is also vertical. This is vertical axial, this is vertical axial, this is vertical diagonal. What this model is showing? This is showing horizontal plane of symmetry, which is axial. One more axial will be like this, front to back, right to left. And diagonals will be like this. What this model is showing? All planes of symmetries. Front to back axial, right to left axial, which are perpendicular to each other. And green axial, which is horizontal. And two diagonal, left to back side, right to back side. So 1, 2, 3 axial plus 2 diagonal, total 5 planes of symmetry. It's simple to understand. You are seeing the top face and bottom face. That is called as basal pinacoid. What is pinacoid, by the way? Pinacoid, Pinacoid. Pinacoid is the form having two like faces. You can see here top and bottom are two faces. Like face means same faces. Each face will cut any one axis, that is mainly vertical axis. You can see here top face is a pinacoidal face. The top face and bottom face forms a pinacoid. If you check its behavior with the axis, different axis, this face and bottom face cuts vertical axis. Axis passing from center of the same face. Vertical face, vertical axis, as you have seen, red colored C axis. So this axis and this face are perpendicular to each other. Axis is vertical, face is horizontal. That means it intersects or cuts in other terms. So pinacoidal face cuts vertical axis and remains parallel with rest of the two axes. Where are the rest of the two axes? Rest are horizontal axis going from center of this face like this to center of second axis is center of this face to center of back side left hand side face is A2 axis. And you can see there top face is parallel with front to back and right to left axis, because top face is also horizontal, and A1 axis and A2 axis are also horizontal. That means this top face cuts only vertical axis, remains parallel with A1 and A2 axis. Bottom face and top face forms the basal pinacoid. So what is pinacoid? Pinacoid is the form in a crystal having two like faces or similar faces. You can see here top face and bottom face are like faces, and which cuts any one of the axes and remains parallel with remaining two. If it is a basal pinacoid, this cuts vertical axis and remains parallel with two horizontal axes, front to back and right to left. Here, top face and bottom face, these are the basal pinacoids. Can you see it is cutting vertical axis and it is parallel to horizontal axis. This face is parallel to this axis. Same face is parallel to this axis also. And show it from the side. See, this face is parallel to this axis. It is parallel to A1 axis and A2 axis. Don't consider this. These are diagonal axes. Consider with its relation only with original axis, A1, A2, and C axis. So top face and bottom face form the pinacoid. Second form is called prism. What is prism? Prism is the form having vertical faces. Where are the vertical faces here? Here. How many number of faces should be there? 4 faces should be there. To call a particular form as prism, it should have vertical faces like this, and there should be 4 such vertical faces. 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are 4 vertical faces. Front face, back face, right face, left face. These are 4 vertical faces which develops a new form called as prism. Now there are 2 different orientations in the model. Like if you see it from the edge view, edge is in front of the observer, and faces of prism are at right hand side and left hand side. Then it is called as first order prism. And if you hold it model like this, where face is in front of the observer, not the edge. Here in first orientation, edge is in front of the observer, and faces come to right hand side and left hand side. Then it is called as first order prism. But you can orient the model like this also, where face is coming in front of the observer. Then this is called a second order tetragonal prism. It's just the way of orientation. Both orders of prism are present in this model. Either first order, if you hold it like this, if you hold it like this, it is called second order prism. But it is basically a prism. What is prism? Prism should have vertical faces. How many faces should be in the prism? 4 faces. So 4 faces which are vertical forms a prism. So this is basal pinacoid. What is the indices for the basal pinacoid? So check its relation with the axis. This face is parallel to A1 axis. Top face is parallel to A1 axis. Same face is parallel to A2 axis. That means it is not cutting the axis. It is running parallel. So call it as 0, 0, and third figure will be 1, because this face will be cutting or intersecting vertical axis. So for first axis it is 0 because it is parallel. This face is parallel to A1 axis. So A1 axis figure 0. This face is parallel to A2 axis. So A2 axis figure is 0. This face is cutting vertical axis. So C axis is 1. So for this axis, parallel 0. For this axis, parallel 0. For this axis, perpendicular 1. 0, 0, 1 is the relation of this face with 3 axes. Indices of the face is 0, 0, 1. So it is cutting third axis. That's why third figure is 1. It is parallel to first two axes, that is 0, 0. That's why first figures are 0, 0. And third figure is 1. That's why it is cutting vertical axis. What about this prism front face? Its first figure will be 1 because this face is perpendicular to first axis. So its first figure will be 1. The second figure will be 0 because second axis it is parallel. This face is parallel to second axis. And same face is parallel to vertical axis also. You can see face is here and axis is here. It is parallel. So this face, front face, is cutting only front axis, that is 1, parallel to, running parallel to second axis, that is 0, parallel to third axis, that is 0. So it is 1, 0, 0 is the indices for front face. So this is how we find the indices for basal pinacoid, a two-faced form, and prism, four-faced form. Faces are vertical.